is up, dwellers, and welcome to episode 55 of We Hope This Finds You Well with Rob, Chuck, and Jimmy. Good evening, fellas. How are we tonight?
Just fantastic.
I'm doing good, buddy.
Good. We come to you on this lovely evening of March 14th, the Lord's year 2025, and we hope to entertain you, and we hope to find you well.
Yes.
It's been a while since we've released an episode. We had a throwaway episode a few months ago.
Oopsie.
We were just too intoxicated. Let's be honest about it.
Yeah, and yep.
I might. All right.
In our various ways.
I might have got a little too high. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen, but I'll make it up for it today.
Okay. We had our, we each have our roles here, right? I'm the engineer, we'll say.
Charlie's the engineer.
Sound
/
engineer.
Producer.
For sure.
Jimmy's our
Producer.
Research organizer. Not much research. But
Yeah.
Organizer.
Chat GBT user.
Rob's our
Facilitator.
token funny man, and he holds the studio.
Yeah.
So
I moved back to this damn state to do this thing. I love you guys.
We're so glad that you did.
it's all good. So we're not making any promises anymore. Maybe we'll do this every 6 months if you're lucky.
Hoping to do it more, but it's tough.
so.
I mean, everybody's busy. Chuck's, busy. He's got kids.
Dad, grandpap,
Right. I'm tired. I take naps.
Yeah.
I really do love me a good
Yeah,
nap, dude, and
love
it's
a
getting so
good
much
nap.
more often as I get older.
Love
And
it.
the weekends, they're just
For napping.
they're for napping, but you only have 2 days, and there's a lot to get, packed into those 2 days.
Yeah, and honestly, like Sundays especially, I like to do absolutely
Yes,
nothing.
I know.
100%. It's the Lord's
It's-
day. And
Like I'll do stuff if I have to, but like if I have a day where I can just sit there and regenerate my brain cells from the previous
for
week,
sure.
I'm gonna try to do that.
Same, but and to add to that too, it's March right now, but like during January, February, I don't want to leave my fucking.
Oh no,
Yeah,
no.
That's a good point.
It is like awful. Like I hunker down and like hibernate.
I'm still getting used to the cold. Like I swear to you, I'm still getting adjusted to this shit. It's fucking awful.
It is.
It's
bad.
relentless.
I didn't even think of that. That could be part of the reason.
It's a big part of the
We're
reason.
hibernating.
I don't know.
I
if I
literally wouldn't even text you guys for like a couple weeks at
Nuh-uh.
a time because I'm like I'm not
perfectly
going
acceptable.
anywhere.
Perfectly acceptable. I literally don't think me and my wife did anything other than work in like maybe grocery store, but like as minimally as possible.
I
'cause
caught
just
up
did
on
not
some-
want to leave the house.
I caught up on some TV shows that everybody has been telling me to watch.
Right on.
So, and actually, we're gonna get into that a little
For
bit.
sure.
It's kind of related to what we're gonna end up talking about later today.
So Jimmy typed up. He's calling it an agenda for us. Do we
Yeah.
want?
Just keep it organized,
I think here's how I think a podcast should be organized.
All right.
I think you give the people bullet points first. Say,
I like
we're going to
that.
hit this topic. We're going to hit this topic. Then we're going to hit this topic.
Yep,
And then you go back and start the topics, right?
of course.
So I'll read through your topic.
No, we should just roll through.
Okay.
He agreed with you, then shut you
Yeah.
down. That was
what the fuck
interesting.
was
What
that?
just
Yeah,
happened?
no,
Did you see that?
Well,
Charlie, I'm on your team that whole time.
Well,
I was
no.
like, I like that idea.
No, what I was because we actually kind of
So
went
people
over
know
this.
what they're about to listen to.
You guys
It
can't
doesn't
see,
matter.
but Jimmy
They'll-
is red as
I'm doing
fuck
it.
right now.
I'm doing it.
I think you should
They
do it.
don't. They don't do. No, you shouldn't do.
It's
that.
not going to work, actually. I'm sorry, Charlie. He's right.
It doesn't flow as well. I promise
There's
you.
not actual bullets.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. Start.
So I mean,
Next
really,
time we'll do that, though. That
I
sounds
really
like
just
a great
wanted
idea.
to see what I mean. We kind of talked about what we've been up to, and it sounds like it's a whole bunch of fucking
A
nothing.
whole bunch of nothing, yeah.
Have been a lot of shows going on.
Nope.
I've been doing the golf simulator down in Oakmont. Actually, that's
How's that?
It's actually really fucking fun.
Yeah, I talked to Dom about that a little bit. He said it was really cool.
It is really fucking cool.
Oh, I want to check that out.
So I've been doing that probably once a week. That's kind of been like my weekly activity.
Tell me about that. Like, I have a simulator and like club and stuff with my
Mm-hmm.
Oculus, and that's supposed to be pretty on point. But is what you're doing like? Do you get to do 18 and stuff? Is
Oh yeah, dude! I was playing the old course.
Yeah, you have to like reserve a tee time.
You reserve a tee time, everything. It's like you're just like they got a projector. There's a
Right.
big
the only
ass
difference
screen.
is you don't have to walk anywhere.
Right. So that's
that rules.
that fucking rules.
Can you smoke joints in there?
No, but
That's gonna fuck up my golf game. I'm being
you,
honest.
you can bring a vape and hit it outside in between.
You certainly can.
in
This
between
is America,
shots.
and I like that.
Right.
or at least for now.
But no, it's really fucking cool. I ended up buying. I got new clubs.
What'd you get?
Mizuno's.
Right. Baseball gloves.
They're like
That's what I was gonna say.
they're weird
baseball
looking.
glove.
They're like odd looking clubs, but I hit them the best.
Nice.
And
And they're lefties, of course.
of course they're
Naturally.
lefties.
Did you go with a nice firm shaft on yours?
Medium to
Medium
firm.
shaft.
Medium
Okay,
shaft.
right,
you
right.
know? But no, they got a good angle on them, so I'm pretty excited.
Nice.
So is the
That's awesome.
firmness is just like the flex?
The flex.
Flex, yeah. You don't want it too loose. I don't know. I don't even know what I went with, but you know,
But you hit them well, and that's all that matters. That's
yeah.
that rules.
I mean, I had a fitting, quote unquote. So like the dude, there's like pros there, and they'll.
So how do you like try them out? How do you know that's the club you want?
I tried like several different clubs,
Like
different shafts. I tried different.
so they have
club
like a
heads.
net or something to hit into?
Yeah, I'll just hit it into like the simulator.
Oh, you bought it from
Oh, and you
Yeah.
get to play through
what's
with
that
them.
place called? Oakmont Golf Pro or something?
Yeah, it used
Shout
to be
out.
called like Golf Augusta, which
Yeah.
was stupid because
Yeah.
Right by
Why
the
would you do
karate.
that? Right by
Dumb.
yeah.
Right by the karate place.
Yeah, exactly.
CS Kim.
Yeah, so we've been going down there for like
It's
know.
cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah, so it's been pretty fun. I can't wait till my clubs get delivered. Should be another week or two, just in time for the season. You know, we're gonna be getting out there, and I think I'm gonna start taking lessons.
I intend on playing a lot more this year. I'm excited about it.
Yeah, so if you guys want to, you know, we're gonna be trying to put together a tournament of sorts, and for every different skill level, guys. I am terrible at golf, so I golf all the time, and I am always the worst out of my typical foursome.
That's
You're
unless
bad.
unless Charlie and I go with you.
Yeah, you're much better than we are. Except for
Probably,
that one,
I would hope so at this point. If I'm not,
except for that one chip I had.
yeah,
was a
he
good
did,
chip.
He did have a sick chip. He chipped it in. It was really cool. I only did that once in my life.
That was awesome.
It was like, and I saw it like right there with my own eyes. It
I'm
was
still
nuts.
feeling good about it.
You should. It was cool. Sorry, we got a little off topic. But
Golf.
No, that's okay. That's part of that. That's your bullet point. That's not a bullet point, right? Says
And that's why we
what's
just
new
go
with-
through
what's
it.
New with the crew,
And that's new. What's new? That's new with you, Jim.
That's what's
You're
new with
fucking
you.
golf pro
So
nowadays.
you're doing good. This isn't even a tangent.
hey, Charlie. My eyes, my glasses are kind of messing with me. Is that Arnold Palmer sitting over there?
Yeah. I don't know. Let me see that
The
big
pride
hog.
of the pride of Latrobe, Pennsylvania.
I wish, dude. I wish, dude. If I could cut down like 10 strokes on my game, I'd be happy with that.
My whole life I've been trying to add 10 strokes to my game, but this guy's over here talking about
You gotta
reducing.
cut it.
Fucking some people. Jesus.
Oh, it's frustrating because I'm playing with Dom, who's pretty good. Our buddy Mike Papali, he's pretty good. Big E, he can fucking
How do
destroy
you
the
play
ball.
golf with Mike and Big E? I would just be laughing the whole fucking time. Those dudes can say anything under the sun and make me laugh.
That's why I love it, dude. That's the best part about golf is you just.
I'm fairly
it's like
confident
having fun more.
Big
than
E could read a phone book to me and I'd fucking laugh the whole
of course.
time.
Just
I don't know why.
how he does it, his mannerisms, the whole.
we're
works.
gonna have him on the pod.
We are
sometime
gonna get him
soon.
on the pod soon.
Eric Emanuel, I love you. You probably don't listen, but I
Yeah.
love you.
Shout out.
Shout it out. Yeah. Yeah. Nothing. I just been super busy at work. I have a lot of work going on, and it is slightly stressful and it is exhausting. So I just come home and I have little to no energy every single day.
Right. Yeah.
That's about
Me
it.
too. Monday through Friday, it's like fucking Groundhog's Day. I
Yep.
do the same shit. I come home, I fucking cook dinner, clean up, watch fucking TV, or pretty much just like some nerd documentary.
Yeah, for sure. I love that shit.
And then, call it a fucking day.
Me personally, it's either been work, but then the past like 4 or 5 weeks, I hurt my back, and there's nothing worse than realizing you're 40 as fuck because you don't heal as fast anymore. That's a thing.
No, you don't.
Apparently, I got an inversion table. I did stretches. I went to the chiropractor about 1.5 million times. My back still felt like a fucking, like I got kicked in it. But we're feeling better nowadays.
That's
So,
good.
Doing good. Things are on the up and up.
A lot of stretching.
A lot of stretching, dude. I'm about to get back into yoga again because I stopped doing it.
Yeah.
Oh, I stopped doing it after I did it 3 times. So I got to do it more than 3 times apparently to get like actually pliable and stretchy.
I would assume.
There's that to it. So I have been eating healthier though. So there's that.
That's good.
Other than that, though, just work basically. That's about it.
Yeah.
'Tis the season.
Yeah. And then, like Jimmy said, it's been winter and we had a pretty cold winter.
we did have a particularly cold winter
And
this
a
A
year.
lot of snow.
And it was Yeah, pretty snowy
Snowy
compared
as
to the
hell.
last few years where we didn't get a whole lot.
Yeah, it's a pain in the ass.
It was a good bit of snow the whole time. Not like a blizzard or anything, but just like consistent snowfall.
No, but when it gets that bad, my commute is fucking awful.
Oh, your commute
Yeah.
becomes fucking terrible,
but
terrible.
in that kind of weather, like, dude, it's 2 hours to get home.
Christ.
Like,
Yeah.
crazy. Bumper to bumper. Like,
my
the
only
whole
real
way.
bitch is that I have a driveway, and I didn't have to shovel growing up as a kid at all, and like as an adult, pretty much at all, because a lot of my life was in fucking Texas. Hey, it sucks. It's not good at all, and I understand why it kills old people.
Yeah. Can't you get an attachment for your zero turn? Or
I
do you have a tractor?
This is embarrassing. I have a snowplow or a fucking, what do you call it? The shooter, the snow
Snowblower.
blower.
Oh,
Snowblower. I have a
Snowblower.
big ass one of those.
Okay.
But it's like a pain in the ass to start, and there's a whole thing, and I just end up shoveling instead. So it's
Just
probably
easier.
on me. Yeah, and there has to be like a certain amount of snow for it to function well.
Can't be too little, can't be too
Hey,
much.
yeah, it can't be too wet. It's the whole thing, so it's just easier to just
Yeah,
shovel.
that makes sense.
But I look at it every time and think about using it, but then I don't because I'm lazy.
I feel you.
Apparently not lazy. I'm just lazy to spite myself. Apparently.
No, I get that. So the first thing that I really wanted to talk about, and I just saw this randomly flying across the internet recently, is they were talking about who would win an American presidential Royal Rumble.
Okay.
Give me. You're talking every single president.
Every single president in their
coming-
prime.
Who's on the bracket though? Like who are we? All all American
So-
That's what a
presidents.
Royal Rumble is.
Here's
Yeah,
how,
yeah, no, I know that, but I was just trying to think of.
So you know how the Royal Rumble works? Like
isn't like every couple minutes like another
every
wrestler
couple
comes out?
minutes, it starts with like I'm Grimace will kill me because I'm gonna get this wrong, but we'll say it starts with 4 wrestlers in the ring.
Right,
and
right.
Like every 1 or 2 minutes, a new
Another
guy,
one
goes
a
in.
new
Yeah.
guy comes in,
Come running
until
down,
the
yeah.
whole roster.
And then, once you're thrown out, you're done.
Yeah, over the top rope, you done.
yes.
Over the top rope, right.
Okay, well, that's an interesting question.
It is, but there's, in my opinion, such an obvious answer.
Yeah, Abe Lincoln.
Yes.
Abe Lincoln was a wrestler. Abe Lincoln was a tall dude. He was
Yeah.
he was a very good wrestler.
Okay,
Apparently,
well, hear me out. Donald Trump has WWF experience.
fuck, and those
He
shoes.
does, but he's a fat moron.
And those fucking shoes, dude. They give at least a half a millimeter to his fat ass vertical.
And he's a big dude.
Yeah, but he's a fat moron.
Yeah, he did say fat moron already. He has us on that.
Like,
And he's like a pudgy fucking.
I only said this to get Jimmy worked up.
yeah,
and
you
it
clearly
started getting
fucking
me
did,
too. All of
you
a sudden,
son
I'm
of a
about to
bitch.
fat shame.
I didn't
the
want to
person.
fucking go down that road, but here
Yeah,
we
he's
are.
the person you're allowed to fat shame. Let's fucking get
Okay,
him.
so Abe Lincoln. Well, Abe Lincoln has height.
He
right?
does. He has height and he has strength. That motherfucker was chopping wood like a motherfucker.
That motherfucker was chopping wood like a motherfucker.
Yeah, George Washington
He's
chopped
jacked.
down a cherry tree,
Well,
Dude, he was
see-
like 10.
and then he put it in his teeth.
And the bitch wouldn't even.
Is that how what story went?
And the bitch couldn't even tell a lie.
yeah.
That fucking guy. He's over there ratting on himself. I don't trust him fucking at all.
No, don't get me wrong. I think George Washington could pull it off. With like maybe if he tried to like clothesline Abe while he wasn't looking or something.
That's true. He could fucking sneak him.
Things could happen, but there are obvious ones that would never fucking be win the whole thing.
Well,
I
the
think
dude in the wheelchair.
I think Martin Van Buren was a little bitch.
I'm just trying to think of presidents.
I'm trying to think of statures of presidents actually, and I can only think of their the bust picture of them in my head. Like, what the
All
fuck?
right,
How big
so
was
see,
Taft?
We got
Taft was a fat guy, but I feel like he could make it to like the top 10.
I
because
feel
he
like
was so
Taft
big.
could have done some shit.
What about Grover Cleveland? He was a big dude.
You have
too.
to be a big guy named Grover Cleveland. Like that. There's no
He
way around
served
that.
2 terms, not back to back.
I would put Teddy Roosevelt in the top 3. I think he
Roosevelt
would
is going to
make
be my
Ooh.
second. Roosevelt is my second to win.
And then FDR. Remember, we're talking prime, so we're talking FDR with legs.
Yeah. This was pre.
Okay,
But
this is
did
pre-polio, full legs. He was a tall guy.
plus
too.
didn't he already have the leotards and shit? So he would have fucking got into it.
He
dude.
was kind of like a upper crust dilettante, though. So
Wasn't
I think
he-
he's kind of soft.
Wasn't he the dude that liked corsets and shit?
I would imagine he looks like a corset kind of guy.
Yeah, so I'm saying he already probably had the get up, so he would slide real easy under the top rope, come in and sneak somebody really good.
Yeah, but I still think he's going to get work. I think between the 2 Roosevelts, I think Teddy would have kicked
Teddy
his ass.
obviously wins, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, so far I can't think of much past those 2 are the obvious
I'm
winners.
trying to think backwards in my head of presidents.
Wait, I'm gonna say
Clinton.
Obama would
So-
fuck some dudes up because
Obama's-
he'd at least cross
he's
you the
shifty.
fuck up. He'd
He's
cross you
shifty.
the fuck up
Trump.
at least minimum.
Obama, Bush, Clinton,
Clinton's a big guy.
Clinton might fuck some shit up too, or at least fuck your
Bush.
girlfriend. One
Yeah,
of the
dude.
two.
Bush Senior, Reagan,
Bush Senior was no joke either. He fucking
Carter, Johnson.
he was in World War II.
Am I doing the right order so far? I think I'm doing good.
Yeah, you're
Charlie's showing us his end of the spectrum
I
right
made
now.
it back to the 70s. I'm
Johnson.
gonna
Yeah, you're
now.
doing great. Fuck, dude, that's better than me. I would have lost it around the who was before. Who was right before?
Well, you had Reagan, and then before Reagan is Jimmy Carter.
who was right before Walker Bush?
Reagan.
Reagan. Okay.
Yeah.
And then before that, we had
Jimmy Carter.
Jimmy Carter, and before that, we had
Jimmy Carter had
Nixon.
liver issues. He's getting
Nixon,
fucking
yeah.
taken out.
Nixon, and before Nixon,
Dude, fucking JFK would absolutely dude, he's from listen.
he's kind of a dilettante too, though.
Yeah, but his dad was a gangster, dude. It might have came
dad.
genetically.
If we're talking
So
Joe Kennedy,
So JFK
different story.
would be like a heel, I think.
He would definitely be the Ric Flair. I'm
so
saying.
like he would
yeah, he
like,
kind of
He's the Ric Flair.
he would like distract the ref with like Marilyn
With
Monroe
his-
or something, right? And then like the Boston Mafia would come down and fucking take everybody out.
So Marilyn Monroe would be like his sensational Sherry or some
and the
shit.
ref would turn around and everybody be gone. He'd be like,
What happened?
ding, 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 ding.
The
ding,
thing is,
JFK.
JFK notoriously had health problems all throughout his life, so I don't think he would
Okay, that's a good
Best.
point.
make it that long.
Jimmy makes it a little bit not fun because he has like all kinds of knowledge and history and shit.
A little bit, but you know.
I'm over here and imagining that voice of him just like holding someone down and chainsawing their face, and Jimmy's like, "Well, he had weak wrists, so."
No, he was like constantly in pain and stuff. It was nuts. Eisenhower was kind of a badass. He was a World War II general.
Eisenhower might have fucked some people up.
Yeah, I think so. Then you have all those like weird, like late 1800s.
Harding, yeah.
Yeah, early 1900s. Like, yeah, all those weirdos. And I kind of get mixed up a little bit in there.
I get super muddy there.
To a degree.
Listen, if you weren't like directly connected to a war or like something gnarly that happened, I'm not gonna know about you, dude. I'm sorry.
We need
You were
to-
here during the weak years. I'm not worried about you.
Yeah, like between Emancipation and the Great War, it was kind of like a quiet
A
time.
little bit of a lull, right?
To a degree, yeah. There wasn't a lot going on.
He's going to bring the facts again.
Jimmy's like,
Well, actually, if you're talking about the economy,
Well, we didn't talk. The one big one we didn't talk about was Andrew Jackson. Here's what would happen: Andrew Jackson would
Okay.
see Obama in the ring, lose his fucking mind.
yeah. He's not gonna enjoy that.
He's not going to take that.
Yeah,
very
no, that's a
well.
problem for him.
And then, yeah. So I don't know. That would be an interesting.
Yeah, but then he
Matchup.
That's not good.
Yeah, that could turn dark real quick.
All right, so are we still leaning towards Abe?
No, Abe wins.
I'm still saying Abe wins.
Yeah, Abe wins.
But he does have competition overall.
Yeah, but the second in line competition, in my personal opinion, is Teddy, and Teddy would probably get fucking smoked by. Hey, dude, Lincoln had so much more reach than Teddy.
I agree. That's why I
Like,
think
If we're talking old school boxing like they did too back then, dude, and wrestling with the big fucking bloomers on and shit, or the big pants.
You ever see was Abe Lincoln Vampire Hunter?
Yes, I sure have.
dude,
He
it's
fucked some shit up.
actually pretty good.
Wielding the shit out of that,
It's
fucking
a
wielding that
fun
axe
one.
like a motherfucker.
Yeah. All right.
Actually, that was actually really
I
fun.
think we settled on Abe
I
Lincoln.
enjoyed
I
that.
could agree with that.
Yeah.
I can't think
Unanimous?
of anything to top that.
I think that's unanimous.
So
Yeah.
Abe, Teddy. Let's go on a third. Who gets third?
Abe,
place?
Teddy. I'm going to say George Washington, just because he was a monster. He was like 6'7" or something like that. Big dude.
wartime general.
Yeah.
Wartime general, father of the country.
Gritty too. Like didn't roll around in anything other than like
Yeah.
a canvas fucking tarp to lay under. and
Straight
shit.
up leadership
Fucking
capabilities.
front lines, man.
bunch of wars and shit he was
Yeah.
involved in. Not just come on.
Big dick energy. So
Big dick
I'm
energy.
saying
That dude's
he's-
fucking.
I'd put him in the
significant.
top three. But hey,
The teeth were a problem.
if the
Oh, that's true, dude. You'd hit him in the mouth, bust those fucking slave teeth, and then he's out.
yeah, that's true. I mean, that's his weakness. I think that's ultimately how.
So
he's
then we
gonna
did
lose.
just find out his weakness is the slave
Yeah.
teeth. Huh. Well.
But look,
fuck him.
if there's a dweller out there that has a different opinion, please, let us know. I'm happy to hear if somebody feels otherwise.
Nobody talks to us.
That's okay though. That's okay. I talk to you guys sometimes.
The next thing I wanted to get into is what the hell is going on with our fucking beef with Canada?
Dude, what the fuck?
is this manufactured crisis. This
Our friendly neighbors from the north.
How in the
How?
fuck are we gonna have the nicest neighbors of all fucking time
And just
living next to us right
fuck
there,
with them.
Literally in
Back-
the entire world, you can't have nicer neighbors.
backing us when we didn't have food, backing us when we're in world wars, going to
All
world
the
wars
wars.
with us, doing everything directly beside us, and also giving us a nice place to run real quick and drink when we're 19. Like,
Right?
like what the fuck, dudes?
I know.
You
How you
know.
gonna fuck that
also,
up?
thanks for all the great hockey players and
That's,
maple syrup and shit.
That's the first place I went to drink when I just turned 19. Me and Jenny went to Niagara Falls, got like a cheap hotel room, and just like bought like Smirnoff Ice or something.
Sure, yeah.
You know the squirrels are black up there.
Sure are.
That's
That
pretty
was the
cool.
first time I saw a black squirrel.
Oh, we have them here too. Not a lot, but some.
I
never
have seen a
saw one.
few.
Yeah, there's some.
That's all.
But yeah, I mean, I love Canada. I've never had any beef with any Canadian
No, it's
personally.
absolutely, positively, fucking stunningly beautiful.
Gorgeous country, very cool.
I mean, they can keep Drake
obviously.
as far as I'm concerned, but other than that, like, it's a fucking great place.
So yeah, I mean, and the other thing.
So
that,
how deep do you want to get? Do you
Yeah,
want to
you-
talk about like tariffs and shit? Or what do you
Actually,
wanna-
Jimmy,
what
can
do you
I
wanna
ask-
do?
I don't want to get into the fucking.
Let me ask Jimmy a question,
What's
only
up?
because what is the initial, if you could, try to unravel it, why is Trump doing this actually?
because
you
he's a
think?
fucking.
No. Give me a real reason, other than the fact that he's actually fucking dumb as shit. We all knew that.
I think he read somewhere. I think.
There's some monetary amount of money that we
I
give
genu-
them that he's not cool with.
I genuinely think that he thinks that the Gilded Age in America was the best time for this country. Everybody was wealthy and things were prosperous.
Yeah, his view is very
When-
shallow.
He doesn't realize that, like, dude, it was great for the fucking robber barons.
He can't get past his own ego is the problem.
Well, that's it.
And he's a fucking prick.
Well, that's ultimately
And
it.
you can't run America like it's a Trump corporation.
No, you can't. And people say I want to run the government like a business. Like,
Get the fuck out of here.
Okay,
Get the fuck out of here.
What's
with that
what's the
nonsense.
return?
The only thing he did was put other people out of business because he wouldn't fucking pay them.
Of course, he's a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah, all the shit that he did with fucking immigrants that came over and built all his towers and then didn't fucking pay them and all that other fucking bullshit. Fuck that fucking piece of shit.
Yeah, so I mean, the whole tariffs thing, I think it's just him trying to, flex and show that he's the big fucking strong man.
We're already America, dude. You don't have to fucking swing nuts. Like,
Well, the thing that pisses me off, it's like, dude is alienating all of our allies. They all fucking hate us now. They're booing the fucking national anthem
Yep.
in Canada.
thanks, dude. Canada's going as far as to literally address us almost constantly as a people to remind us that they fucking love us and we have that cunt fucking speaking for all of us.
And at the most fundamental level, it's going to hurt everybody that's involved. The
Everybody in the
Canadians,
process
the
other than him.
Americans. And you can say all you want, well, we want to build everything in America. It's like, dude, do you know how much lumber we import from Canada?
Beyond that. Let's
Like,
start at the
are you
very
fucking
fucking
kidding
the
me?
nuts and bolts of that, dude. Is the industry has to be in fucking place before you can do that. And how long that shit would take to fucking get into
Yeah,
place?
you want to manufacture.
We're all gonna get
shit
poor
here,
fast.
But you don't have plants to manufacture any of the shit you want to manufacture.
There's no plants. There's no
Right.
power plants to manage the fucking like the power that all that shit's gonna need.
Right.
There's no infrastructure at all for it. What
And-
the fuck are you talking
But
about?
not just that. I mean, if you look at a map of, I'm going to use the lumber industry again, of America and Canada. Look at where all of the trees are. The entire
Yes.
giant section of our country has no fucking trees.
Yeah.
It's all
Yes.
fucking prairie. So
And
what are we
like-
going to cut down all of Maine and Washington State? No,
Of
it's
course-
fucking stupid.
Like, of course, we all agree with we want to grow and stimulate our
naturally.
economy,
Sure.
but that doesn't mean international trade is a bad thing.
At all.
Like, you just
Now, don't get me wrong. Some, okay, we'll talk about a protective tariff. In certain instances, targeted tariffs kind of make sense if you want to protect domestic industry. Of course,
Sure.
this is America. We're going to need to have some type
Yes.
of steel industry,
Yes.
for national security purposes.
absolutely, and there are I'm in the construction industry. There are certain jobs with contracts that require the use of all steel
Sure.
products to be
Be American made.
U.S. made,
Right. And that's fine.
which is all fine and dandy.
Right. I think everybody's fine with that. But it's like, dude, do we need to jack up the price of a fucking toaster I get from fucking China? Like, why? What are we doing here?
And can we please, just real quick, I don't know, just on a side real fast, can we maybe not use the fucking White House as a goddamn Tesla commercial?
Oh, my
if we could
God.
fucking do that, that would be great too, please.
I just think it's,
as if it's not already fucking embarrassing enough that you have that oh my god, that like how does that dude even get to be part of this? How do we get this little
sorry,
fucking?
we're skipping ahead.
Don't skip
Sorry,
ahead.
No.
sorry.
Bullet point
sorry.
number
I'm sorry.
8.
I'm glad. See this. I'm glad we're
Now,
doing this.
If we went through the bullet points, everybody would know that this was a future.
I'm sorry.
bullet
I can
point.
only see
I'm
him
s-
jumping around like fucking Lars Ulrich in my head.
No,
Fuck
thank you.
that guy.
I'm glad you brought it up, and it's okay that we go over order. This is exactly why I didn't want to go over the bullet points, so we could do it organically.
Ooh, organic.
So yeah, let's get into Elon Musk. Does anybody want to fucking revisit their feelings or emotions on Elon Musk?
Yeah. Yes,
I thoroughly, just one other like mildly amusing thing, I thoroughly enjoy the fact that like he's so hyper associated with the right nowadays, because all of the years that Tesla's been around, they've made fun of those for being like quote unquote gay cars
How
and
sure.
crazy
and,
is that?
and all that shit. And now you have the guy who made these little sissy cars that don't make horse purrs and everything else.
The people
now
who
he's running
buy
your
your
shit.
cards are in
Fucking
in
hate
the
you.
opposite party.
And
Yeah,
you've
they-
hate fucked the people who have bought your vehicles, and they're all
Yes.
giving them back. Not all of them. Some of them are going to hang on.
I
to
just
them
love watching him. I know he's still the richest man in the world, but I just love watching his value go down.
just recently,
Every
I watched
day.
them talk to him on a pod, or not a podcast. It was an interview, and basically they were stating like, "Dude, did you see how bad y'all just took a fucking shit today?"
Yeah.
And to watch just for half a second to watch a billionaire die on the inside
Yeah.
made my
I
everything
saw
else
that.
could stop at
He
that
like
point. I'm
sighed and looked all sad.
looked all sad and shit. Didn't have any fucking stupid. Well, actually, any fucking dumb things to say.
He deserves it. Fuck him.
Fuck all billionaires,
just- it's-
first of all.
dude-
And then second of all, fuck him.
People are pissed. They're like literally shooting at fucking Tesla dealerships and setting cars on
Okay,
fire.
they
that's
burn-
hyper unacceptable. Y'all don't need to be doing that. And oh wait, did you see that they were apparently going to try to make it some kind of like crazy like terroristic
Domestic
act?
terrorists.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Oh well, and Trump's saying that it's an illegal boycott. Like that's a fucking thing.
I
Huh?
know.
What?
Go
How,
fuck
Jimmy,
yourself.
educate me on that. How
we're-
could it? How
we're
could a
not gonna
boycott?
buy this product? That's illegal. 'Cause,
It's not illegal. certain strikes are legal. There's called a wildcat strikes. Those are illegal. That's when wildcat strike is when the workers literally just decide that we're going to strike and they don't have the quote unquote approval from.
I know about
from the
wildcat
union.
strikes.
Yeah, I'm sure Chuck does.
It's nice having a
It's
lawyer
when
around.
it's when the workers decide
walk
themselves
off a
to
job.
just walk off the
Yeah.
job.
I never knew that was illegal.
Yeah, Taft-Hartley Act 1947.
Damn.
Yeah,
It's
and
fucking
like,
bullshit.
And it is, and like we actually have in our labor agreement a no strike clause, so we technically don't get strikes. But like at this point in time, this could change drastically in the next 10 years or so. But at this point in time, we have a good agreement and we have good representation
Yes, you're good.
between the contractors and the union officials.
And a lot of this is geographic too.
Yeah.
You know, like we're kind of cool up here in the north. Down in the south, though.
Oh,
unions,
dude, I
they have
tried.
right to work states.
I,
It's fucking bullshit.
I joined the pipe fitter and plumber union in Texas, and you know, fucking God bless those dudes. They do good work and shit, obviously, but it's such a different thing than here. Like in the first meeting that I went to, like when I got hired to this company, third thing that they started telling me was about like saving money because I'm going to get laid off because there's such minimal union work down there. It was pretty gnarly. I lasted about a week and I went back to Mr.
And that's part of the problem that you have when you don't have a fucking strong union.
All right, so I want to step this back to
Step it back.
and step it forward to bullet point 8, since we're being organic.
Oh, 8, huh?
So, if I recall, we've talked about Elon Musk a lot,
And that's the thing.
because he comes up a lot.
He's a popular guy. I mean, he's in the
So-
culture. of
And I
course.
remember, like probably a couple years ago, we had a conversation about
You guys were
Elon, right?
generally
I
approving. I was skeptical.
you were
I was very approving for quite some time of that dude.
I was
And I still am happy that things happen that fortunately his money take care of, like the SpaceX shit and stuff like that. It's pretty awesome.
you mean the rockets that just blow up? All the
That
time?
happens with, I mean, we can say that about so many NASA things that happen too. I'm not defending him at all. I'm just saying it's pretty cool that they're able to privatize that and like actually make other things happen, and that might be cool for some shit. I don't know. I don't know anything about space travel, so it seems interesting to me.
I don't
But everything else with him, he can
I
eat
don't
a
think
fat
it's-
shit.
I don't think they're supposed to blow up that much.
regardless.
I don't have any idea.
Anyway, yeah, same as Rob's saying though. Like, I liked Elon Musk for a very long
Yeah.
time. I thought
So
he
did
was-
I.
I thought he was a cool dude, and he was a tech genius.
Right.
And
You're
like,
supposed to be Iron Man.
And he seemed like
Dude.
kind of a scoundrel in his personal life, but who
Sure.
gives a fuck? No one cares about what he's doing. Just keep making good
yeah,
shit.
Stay in your lane, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
But then all of a
You're-
sudden he got a new
yeah.
buddy and then found out he could get a little bit more
No,
power.
it's like he just decided to like unilaterally take over the government and just start fucking firing people and cutting programs and money. And it's like,
how is
you-
that dude even like?
And there's no
It's
checks and
haphazard.
balances.
no, there's no checks and balances. Nobody's
He reports to
overlook-
nobody but Trump.
And this is like so
And that's illegal,
antithetical to.
correct?
Oh, this is
Yeah.
100% illegal.
I'm pretty sure I just watched somebody rip him to shreds on a thing recently, saying how incredibly illegal it is that they're doing. that. But what are they
Congress
gonna
has the
do?
power of the purse. They, they basically say we're going to fund this. We're not going to fund that. Not fucking Elon Musk. And this is all shit that was signed into law.
And this is where we're fucking at, dude.
So yeah, bottom line, he's a fucking cunt. And
Yeah, I
he
think
can suck a bag.
That's
of
a
dicks.
unanimous feeling in this household and also this podcast. He can suck
Yeah.
all the dicks.
Yeah, no longer like no Heil Hitler in my house.
Yeah, what the fuck,
Like,
dude? Are you
and,
kidding me?
Like, it wasn't like I don't care what anybody says.
Roman salute,
I don't give a
go
fuck,
fuck
dude.
yourself.
like
Roman
that.
salute,
Yeah.
suck my fucking dick,
I
dude. We all
know.
know what the fuck
You-
that was.
yeah.
He even knew himself what the fuck he was doing. You can watch it in the video. He
100%.
kind of catches himself at the
But
end.
that's the thing. You could say and do whatever. The fanboys of Donald Trump and or Elon Musk will always rationalize their bullshit.
Oh, of course. I just, like I said a little bit ago, I just love the fact that those redneck fucks are all on his team nowadays.
Well, for now,
That's what I'm saying. Nowadays, apparently, like,
wait until and they want to talk about cutting all these programs. They're gonna a lot of this shit's gonna hurt the fucking rural whites that fucking unanimously almost vote for fucking Trump. So
Yeah, well,
Okay.
a lot of the
oh, and enjoy that shit, fuckers.
farmers, like big farmers who voted for him, are
They're turning,
they
thankfully.
regret.
yeah,
It's
I'm
just,
sorry you had to learn, but I'm glad you learned.
I'm just
Keep
at the
it up.
I'm at the point now where it's like if we're gonna live in a country that's cruel, callous, and incredibly self-interested, like buckle up, motherfucker. I can fucking play those games too.
Yeah, the whole point is to never ever get there. The point of our country and the way that things were supposedly moving was we weren't going to get to a place like this to where we all were calloused fucking cunts, only worried
It's
about
just-
ourselves.
It's
and
moving
fucking
backwards.
just biting off our nose to spite our face just to prove a fucking point and swing a dick. Fucking ridiculous. So I think we can all say that, yeah, we came to terms here. We all...
a lot of consensus tonight.
Yeah,
well
yeah,
done,
yeah, we're all
fellas.
together on this.
well, what I don't like is, I know there are times when we get maybe too involved in
Absolutely.
businesses that aren't ours.
Sure.
But that being said, we are the most powerful nation in the world. We are the wealthiest nation in the world. Our job is to help the world,
Be the example.
not shut down the world.
No.
And shut out.
Like, we all got to work to, like, this, like, the nationalism
It's gross.
is
the whole
absolutely
America
fucking
first.
disgusting. America first.
It's fucking stupid.
it
and
was
it's like-
never supposed to be America
But
first.
it's such a fucking sham.
Like, yes, obviously you want to take care of your own people, but that doesn't mean the other people in the world aren't people.
But right, even to move beyond that, it's such a fucking sham because they're acting like, oh, we're gonna cut all these foreign programs and we're gonna save you all of this money. No, motherfucker.
Yeah, when's that going to happen?
They're giving themselves tax breaks, and guess what? They're gonna be adding to the fucking deficit too. So they're not cutting the deficit either. So good luck.
This is making me sad.
It's like the worst of all worlds. It really is.
Dude, this is so. Me and TL talk about this a lot. That this is we're officially in the worst timeline. Somehow we crossed over and we're in the worst fucking timeline.
it's the dumbest timeline.
Yeah.
Yeah. You hear that a lot.
Oh, we're in a bad time.
Yeah, we're the bad timeline. If this was South Park, we'd have goatees on and shit. Like,
This is like if Charles Lindbergh would have won the fucking presidency in like I think it was like 1940 or 36, something like that. But he was like an America First guy, rabid anti-Semite, all of that.
so
Probably
just like what we have currently in office.
probably would have kept us out of World War II. You know what I mean? Like what would have happened at that point? That's basically what I'm thinking in my head.
Yeah, right.
So let's make it a little bit lighter.
Yeah, goddamn, fuck.
Do you guys have any favorite Canadian people or bands, movies, TV shows, etc.?
Comeback Kid fucking rules. They're
They're
a
from
hardcore
Canada.
I
band
didn't
from
know they
Canada.
were Canadian.
I didn't know that either.
Let's just face it, dude. They make all kinds of fun entertainment. Great music, great movies. Fucking
First thing I thought it was Rush.
Oh, fucking
yeah,
of course.
good one, great
Yeah.
one.
the first and my favorite bass that I ever bought in my life is a Geddy Lee bass, and it's fucking wonderful. Geddy Lee, Rush, fucking rules.
I didn't.
R.I.P. Neil Peart. Oh, Neil. You guys know who I mean.
Neil
Yep,
Peart.
got it.
Peart. I was trying to give it the Canadian.
I didn't realize that Seth Rogen was Canadian. I didn't.
That was good.
Yeah, hell yeah, he's Canadian.
I didn't read your list here, but my number one Canadian is Ryan Reynolds.
Of course, it's
Ryan Reynolds is on the list. He's number
Okay.
2. Keanu Reeves, Canadian.
I had no clue he was Canadian.
I didn't either.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
I knew Jim Carrey was, and Mike Myers.
Yeah,
And
a lot
Pamela
of fun, a lot of
Anderson.
funny people.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. The Sutherlands are Canadian?
Yeah,
Well, I'll be damned.
the Sutherlands are Canadian. I didn't know that either.
Is Alanis Morissette on your list?
She is. She's under musicians.
Oh, I see.
Oh, dude, some of these are fucking phenomenal. And
Dave
unfortunately,
Coulier.
un-
Listen, here's the thing: Dave Coulier, Alanis Morissette, Ryan Reynolds.
I didn't put Dave
wow.
Coulier on the
Wow.
list.
You didn't put Uncle. Oh,
She fucked them both.
Joey's not on here, huh? You
That's
ought to know,
wild.
Charlie. You ought to know. God damn it. Those are the song title. Not saying you ought to know.
I got it.
Yeah, I know you did. John Candy, rest in peace. Fucking awesome. Phil Hartman. I mean, was there anybody better? Let's face it.
Right.
I love
Wonderful.
Phil Hartman.
And that's the thing. It's like
Harlan Williams.
we're so close. To
Billy
these,
boy. I fucking love that guy.
we're so close to these people. We didn't even realize that they were fucking Canadian.
Martin Short. Fucking rules. Michael J. Fox.
Yeah, dude. Tommy fucking Chong, Canadian.
Of course. I knew that one. Dude, Dan Aykroyd. Are you kidding me?
Dan Aykroyd's the shit.
Are you kidding me?
That's what I mean. I looked at this list and I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. Now, musicians, not as big a
Ooh.
fan as
Ooh,
actors.
I actually want to read this one out loud because I enjoy the way you wrote it on here. It says Drake, and in parentheses, fuck that guy.
Yeah, Drake's the worst, but he is Canadian.
Celine Dion.
Drake's the worst, but he is Canadian.
Chicks Dig It. You remember that punk band?
Chicks Dig It is a Canadian band.
Boys Night Out is Canadian.
Ah, yes.
I didn't know that either.
I just listened to them earlier. 44 caliber love letter.
Alexis on Fire. I didn't know that.
Yep, Canadian.
Sum 41.
Some 41.
What the fuck? So much good shit.
This is fun.
Wait, isn't there's an 80s punk band that was from oh god damn it. They were like I can't think of who they were. Was it Husker Du maybe? It doesn't matter.
Yeah, but that's
No, it
pretty
wasn't
cool.
Husker Du. That definitely wasn't Husker
A
Du.
lot of random people. Justin Bieber. I mean, I don't like him.
Babes, obviously.
Avril Lavigne. I think we all knew that, right?
Nardwar.
Yeah.
Do you guys like the Human Serviette?
Nardwar,
Yes.
yes.
Nardwar's Canadian.
Oh, yeah, of course he is, dude.
Yeah, he's so nice.
He's the pride of Canada. I fucking love that.
Yeah.
I do love him. He might
Those
be. He might be
videos.
my
dude.
favorite
Doot
Canadian.
doot doot.
Do you guys have a favorite Canadian overall
Fucking Nardwar might be now that I just said that out loud.
of all the people that we just named?
Yeah, I'm still going with Ryan
Oh,
Reynolds.
no,
Ryan
yeah,
Reynolds?
we did state
Okay.
that. Yeah, it is Ryan Reynolds,
Okay.
isn't it?
Handsome, funny.
He's not like
Yeah.
on a Diddy list or anything yet, is he?
Not that
No.
we know of.
Okay, I said yeah.
Everybody has a small percentage of being on any of those lists.
Yeah.
Sure, but I think he's catching flack with his wife Blake for something.
Oh, there's like a
It-
entanglement of sorts.
There was
correct?
there's some kind of
She-
rumor about a
she
movie she made
accused-
with some other guy.
She accused a dude of like sexual harassment or some shit.
Oh no.
And it kind of blew up, and he released some evidence that kind of called her out on
receipts
her
or some
bullshit.
Uh,
I don't know. I personally,
I don't get into that.
I
No,
don't get
fuck no,
invested.
no.
I don't give a shit. I'm
Yeah.
going to be
She's
quite
a good
honest.
actress, though.
I don't even know what she's in, but yeah,
Gossip Girl, the OG Gossip Girl.
I didn't watch Gossip Girl.
Funny story.
Let's hear it.
Jenny and I tried to watch Gossip Girl. This was like back in the day. She rented the DVD from the library.
Right.
We watched one episode of Gossip Girl, and then we were never allowed to watch it again.
Was it that
Why?
bad?
I made a mistake.
Oh, you said somebody was attractive, huh?
I did.
Out loud?
Oh, was it
Su-
Blake Lively?
Super out loud.
Oh, Charlie.
Was it Blake Lively?
It was.
Oh, Charlie.
It sounds.
I wasn't. I didn't. I said something like, "Oh wow, she's really pretty."
Oh,
Or something
no.
stupid like that.
It sounds like you got yourself
It
out
caught
of
me
it.
off guard.
You know, the subtext of that was you would like to impregnate that woman. I don't know if you heard that, but
I didn't mean
She
it
is
like
hot.
that.
She is.
I
hot.
mean, she's all right. I was kidding.
she's pretty hot.
Yeah, I was kidding. She's okay.
But no, I mean, all right, we're getting out of control here. TV shows. I have just a couple TV shows that I really like that are Canadian. Trailer Park Boys comes to the top for me.
One of the all-time greats.
I think it's fucking hysterical. I just got done with Letterkenny, and
Oh, that's so good.
it is fucking hysterical.
Yeah.
It is so good.
It makes me want to sit at like a farmer's market stand.
100%.
So you guys are gonna be mad at me, but I've never watched a single episode of Letterkenny.
Okay.
I've heard it's good.
Any Shoresy?
I literally just watched it over the winter. That's why I wasn't doing anything. I was watching
so good. I
Letterkenny.
have a Texas
Trailer-
10-4 shirt upstairs.
Trailer Park Boys, I do like it, but I've only seen it a handful of times.
Same. I just watch random episodes.
I've watched
here and there.
every episode, every movie. I've seen them live.
Oh,
They're
yeah,
funny.
Yeah.
It fucking
It is
rules.
funny.
Rest in peace, Leahy.
Yeah. Schitt's Creek. I didn't realize that was Canadian.
Oh, okay.
Oh god, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan. I know my brother loves
Jenny watched all of it, and I would catch it with her sometimes.
I'm
and
pretty
it was
sh-
pretty fun.
it. Yeah, it seemed like it was pretty fun.
TL watched the shit out of that, and that
The
show
shit
is
out of that?
so fucking funny, dude. Bob, what is it? Bob Levy and Dan Levy, I think. Him and his son, and the daughter's actually in it too. Eugene. That's what
Eugene,
it is.
yeah.
Bob Levy, is that a person?
Well, probably somewhere. Hi, Dante.
Oh, Dante just came to visit.
Dante's joining us for the pod.
Looks like he wants to say something.
So I want to know, overall, are there any favorite Canadian things, or are there things about Canada at all that you don't like?
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
I have a problem with syrup.
You mean
Okay.
you say again, Charlie?
Did I do it wrong?
No, you actually nailed it that time. Since we were little kids, Charlie's always called it
I had
syrup.
to focus so hard.
You did a good thing. Charlie's always called it syrup since we were little kids.
How do you say it?
Syrup.
I call it syrup.
Or syrup, I would imagine, right?
Okay,
I call it syrup.
So I did good.
Syrup. You did great.
So I
You don't like it?
I like the way it tastes. I don't like the potentiality of a sticky mess.
Oh, agreed.
Yeah,
If it drips
very
off
sticky.
your
Oh,
fork,
it's awful.
I use a very
if it gets in the beard,
Oh, it's over.
Game
day-
over, dude.
Day's over. I'm going to shower. I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
I'm
And
a
this was just after breakfast.
I'm a very minimal syrup user. Like when I get pancakes or whatever, it's very minimal of it. I
Maybe
don't like
that's
a
my
whole lot of
problem
it.
because I like if I use it, I go heavy.
Oh no, not me. That's too sweet. Oh, oof. It's crazy.
But the
I don't
the
eat it
good
that much.
Canadian maple
Different. Totally
syrup
different. Real.
is a lot thinner than like Aunt Jemima.
Yeah, and it doesn't taste like you're chewing on granular sugar.
Yeah,
Oh,
molasses.
is that
just a
what
jug
it is?
full of molasses.
Because I always get like I'm kind of a hippie, so I go with like the organic fucking, bullshit,
Yeah,
and
He's
it's always
making
like
fun of
super
himself,
thin.
so we don't have
Yeah,
to.
I was gonna hit him with it. He did it for me.
But yeah,
Preemptive strike.
but yeah, it always comes out super thin. I always thought that was a little bit weird.
Yeah, it's because it's actually real.
Okay.
Yeah,
Guess
the stuff like Mrs. Buttersworth and
Probably
shit like
just
that.
like all fucking.
Yeah, it's like just high fructose corn syrup and
Yeah.
like brown food coloring. That's
Fucking
it.
Maple
bullshit.
flavoring.
Yeah.
Most favorite Canadian thing. You know what? I really like hockey a lot. We didn't say Sidney Crosby. I am.
Oh my! Yeah.
I am severely grateful to Thunder Bay, Canada, for giving our wonderful Steel City the glorious gift of Sidney Crosby and
Lemieux, right?
And Lemieux.
Of course.
And Lemieux. What are we doing?
No. I don't mean it like that. But Sidney Crosby got us 3 cups.
That's true.
Lemieux only got us 2.
Yeah, that is true.
But
your
Lemieux kept the
numbers are weak,
Pens
bro.
in fucking Pittsburgh.
We actually owe him.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I guess Crosby just comes to mind more readily.
Yeah,
because it's,
he did for
you
me
know,
too.
It's been the past 20 years of our life
Yeah.
since he was,
Yeah.
a rookie.
That's probably my favorite Canadian
so-
thing is hockey. I would
Yeah.
say it's a really fun sport to watch, especially in the playoffs.
I'm not gonna lie. Whenever it's actually on TV, and I'm not being funny at all, I like watching curling.
Sure.
It's so
Curling
much
is
fun. Dude,
badass.
I love when
Yeah.
that person yells like, "Oh,
There's a-
or whatever they yell."
I wonder if it's still there. There was a place in Millvale that
I
did
wanted to
curling.
try that.
Is it still open?
I don't know.
Probably
I don't
didn't
know, but I'd
last.
love to try that.
That would be fun.
I think it would be fun. It seems like it'd be a great like drunken sport.
Let's look into it and see if it's still open, and we can go there as our next outing,
100%.
our next friend outing.
Team outing.
I like it. I think
Probably not there anymore.
the only thing I don't like about Canada is
I'm not very good at French.
The terrifying
French. That's
Yeah.
what I was gonna say.
the terrifying wildlife.
Oh no, terrifying bullshit.
Oh, yeah.
I want to go out in the wildlife there. The hunting and fishing is phenomenal.
I would
up there.
imagine. I don't hunt or fish, but I would like to take pictures.
I would like to see a moose in real life.
Yeah, I think it'd
Oh,
be cool.
dude.
I'm pretty sure I would be scared though.
I've never seen one in real life, but I remember the MythBusters show, and on the MythBusters show, they made like one that had the same density and everything as a real moose, and they ran a bunch of little Hondas into it.
yeah.
And dude, I don't want to be anywhere near one of those things
They're
accidentally.
like 8 to 10 feet tall.
Yeah,
It's
and they're like
crazy.
1,700 fucking pounds and
Yeah.
shit, like, and have like weird hand looking
Like
paddles.
I
on their
can't
head.
like, as you both know, we have white-tailed deer around here, and they're a problem, right? That's not the point I'm trying
They're
to
in my
make.
yard every day.
But like they're like compared to a moose, they're tiny.
Yeah.
Oh, they're
And they're big creatures.
they're a Chihuahua to a Great Dane.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I try to sometimes imagine a moose in my head. Like if it was standing in this room, it would take up like almost the entire room.
Yeah.
Have you ever been near an elk?
Yes.
That's fucking. I
We
mean,
go-
that's the closest thing that we've got to like big.
Yeah. But moose are bigger, way
way
bigger than that,
bigger
than elk.
in stature, just like
Yeah.
height wise,
We
like
go
where
to
their
Elk
shoulders.
County once a year usually.
Isn't that where you guys had the incident in the
That's
vehicle?
that's where we had the incident. Remember we
Yeah.
did a whole podcast.
Yeah, we sure
episode
did.
about
That
it.
shit was terrifying.
It was like a sad episode.
It was. I was scared. That's the picture of the way your vehicle was facing down the hill.
Yeah, it was like this.
Whenever Charlie almost went off the
My
hill.
hand made a steep angle formation.
Oh yeah. The hand was way steep. Like a
What kind of predators do they have?
great wolves.
They got wolves up there,
Well,
bears.
Up farther north, I would say.
I think they probably have
Um,
some kind of
mountain
badgers
lions?
or
like
some shit.
wildcats, like
I know
Yeah,
they have
yeah.
bobcats, but they have mountain lions, right?
Yeah.
You would assume.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, not
are mountain
across.
lions bigger than bobcats.
Oh fuck yeah!
Oh,
Bobcats
yeah.
are pretty small.
Yeah,
are-
bobcats. I want to like cuddle the shit out of them.
You've not been that close to.
No, I know.
I've
I know
had
it
them
would fuck me up.
in Texas. I had them walk underneath my tree stand a few times. And I'm high enough off the ground that they weren't catching my smell, and I'm just sitting there watching because it was the coolest shit in the world, And then eventually it looked up at me, and like that primal feeling of like, oh, that thing could fucking kill me. It was still big enough that like
It can
I
fuck your
mean-
day up.
it was.
Hey, I have a segue
Do it.
that's not on Jimmy's bullet points,
That's,
and we
that's
could
fine.
just hit it real quick because it's St. Patty's Day weekend. Let's approach the same questions, but for Ireland.
Ooh.
We could hit it. We could hit it quicker than we hit Canada.
Sure. I love
Um,
Ireland.
So, like, who's your favorite Irish people, bands,
Liam
movies,
Neeson.
shows?
Nailed it.
Oh, I don't think I ever realized he was Irish.
Northern Irish.
Colin
Farrell.
Colin Farrell. Love that man.
Yeah,
want to
he's-
call him
he's
Colin
good.
Quinn.
Him in The Penguin is the most
Dude.
incredible thing
Oh
ever.
my god, that shit was
How
so
many
fucking
times
good.
do you think he watched Sopranos front to back
Every
to
time.
nail that?
All of them. Dude, that's the best Penguin of all time. I know. I understand
So
that there's
good.
probably people that don't like it and people that know like canon and everything else way better than I do. But
Yeah, that's fine. It doesn't matter. It's a great show.
he fucking nailed that shit. And when that thing happens at the
Oh
very
my
end,
God,
not
the thing at
spoiler
the
or anything,
end.
the thing at the end.
I knew it was coming.
Did you cry?
I don't think I cried because I knew it was coming. I was just like so disappointed.
I was sitting on the edge of my seat going, please fucking don't.
was
Like,
so-
I always call what's going to happen
I
in
was like,
shows.
don't do this.
And I was going, no, please. We don't have to.
Jenny didn't see it coming.
No.
She was like, fuck.
yeah.
I was like, you didn't see that coming.
If
She
you
was
guys
like,
haven't seen it,
"No."
he does a really, really awful thing
It's a pretty
to
horrible
like
thing.
a
It's
completely
not-
most loyal, amazing person.
Don't say no more.
Either way, that and you still love him. He's like a Tony Soprano kind of character that he's an absolute
Yes.
fucking bastard, but you just love him.
Yeah, like he's a he's a. It's hard to say. He's a horrible person, but he's also not a horrible.
No, he's a good person and a bad person. He's a Tony Soprano. I'm telling you, he fucking nailed it.
because he's a fucking cocksucker. But at the same time, he's like
Jimmy, did you see
trying-
the Penguin?
Trying
Nope.
to help you.
You listen.
Dude,
do you see what's happening here and how
it's so
excited we are?
fucking good.
You need
I
to
know.
watch that shit.
It's on my list.
Yeah, the list just keeps getting bigger. It
Yeah.
sucks.
It's so good. All right, Irish. Hate you too.
Oh, I fucking hate you two.
I don't hate them, but they're not like top 100.
Do you remember a couple of years ago? Do you remember a few years ago when the one maybe like an iPhone 10 or something?
Yeah, they forced their album onto everybody's
every time.
I think they got a lot of shit for that. I stopped liking them a lot because of that.
Every time I got into my Tundra, it would play this Something Wolf song. Every fucking time.
That was
and
obnoxious.
You can't delete iTunes. So what the fuck do you do?
I did see U2 live, and
Oh, really?
yeah, it was actually pretty fucking cool.
I
They
can see
played
it being a
they
good
played like
show.
the Joshua Tree album or whatever.
Yeah.
Listen,
So it was pretty cool.
I accept the fact that they have written some music that people find exceptional, and that's good. That's great. I can't and won't support any band ever that has a guitar player
I knew it was
with-
down here.
The Edge.
his motherfucker.
That's
no,
his God-given name.
no, you are not allowed to name yourself the anything. You're not a WWF
Well,
wrestler.
And here's the problem with the Edge, okay? And no, I am not a guitar player, okay?
He is not
But
that exceptional.
Here's what he does.
The whole time.
I can play octaves too, cunt.
And I'm like, And it's like that for every song.
Yeah.
And is there just I'm asking, I mean this honestly. Is there anybody worse than Bono?
Yeah.
He's pretty obnoxious.
He's an obnoxious person, but he is
Well-meaning.
He's
Is he? I feel like every time he
I
does
think
something
he
solid
has-
for the world, he has to let the world know
I
he's
don't
doing something
know.
solid
I
for the
think
world.
he has a good heart, and he is. I think he's philanthropically sound.
Oh,
Look.
dude, it got the whole way out. Nailed it.
Yeah, that was tough.
That is the one thing about Irish people in general. They are probably the kindest people I've ever met.
Absolutely.
I got another one. Conor McGregor.
Okay, well,
He's a cunt. He's a cunt, unfortunately.
yeah, he's a Trump supporter. He can go fuck himself.
Hey, beyond the Trump supporter part, the dude had all the natural talent in the world and could have been so much, and he let his dumbass self get in the way. So.
I lost respect for him when he like punched a fucking old guy in a bar because he refused his shot. It's just like, come on, dude, really?
He had
Yeah.
no. Now, granted, if he comes,
I don't know all this stuff.
If
Like,
he-
I just like Conor McGregor as a fighter and
He's a cocky dick.
as a character.
character, I'll give you that.
I
He
don't-
was at the
I don't know his personal story.
out on the rise of his career. He was so much fun to watch. He was extremely exciting.
He was.
He had some pretty interesting things, like when he pulled out that like shoulder bump shit that he was doing in a couple of the fights and stuff. It was all like fun and unique and shit. But like,
I bought his whiskey. It was pretty good.
yeah, Proper 12 was pretty
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Yeah, it's not
good. I don't
bad.
think he owns it anymore. I think he
Speaking
sold
of
it
things
off.
we like from Ireland, Jameson.
Jameson,
Speaking of things we like from Ireland, Guinness.
Bushmills,
Bushmills, Guinness. Yeah, all of it.
not to mention the Pogues. They fucking ruled.
Cranberries.
Cranberries.
Sinead
Awesome.
O'Connor.
Yeah.
The IRA. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, I just learned at trivia on Wednesday that Thin Lizzy is an Irish band.
Oh, yeah.
Thin Lizzy fucking ruled.
The boys are back in town.
Boys are back in town.
We got third place out of 18 on Wednesday.
Oh,
Nice.
congrats.
Pretty-
That's pretty fucking awesome.
Pretty proud.
That's a lot of fucking.
Was it
teams.
just you two?
No,
This
Jen,
was at trivia night at the Oaks. He's talking about.
Jen and Natalie?
Jen and Natalie have been going with us, and they
I
are,
bet they're a good team.
they are
or
great,
a good asset.
fantastic asset to the team.
Super smart.
We all have our, niche categories.
Sure.
So it's been good.
That's pretty
It's been
cool.
I
good
bet they're
times.
super helpful in the music.
Hi,
department, dude.
girls.
What's up, dudes?
Yeah, shout out.
Oh, and they also complained about not having podcasts to listen to.
There you
Did
go.
they actually listen? Oh, I did know that actually.
Yeah.
I just didn't know if they were being genuine. But that's really cool if you guys are listening.
They've been waiting since last July for an episode.
Shit.
Or bad.
Thank you, guys. You guys are awesome.
Thanks for listening.
Is there anything we don't like about Ireland? I can't really.
I really can't. think of
Anything you don't.
Much.
I've never been, but
The weather kind of sucks.
I personally like overcasty and gray.
I
and
do, but
rain.
24/7.
I bet it would get old.
I
But
guess I would say the only thing I don't like is the religious warfare.
yeah, that's a bummer.
sectarian violence in the north is pretty rough.
Yeah.
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 But
Some of the food too.
Yeah. Well,
some of
you
it's
know.
really good.
Sure. I've heard it's really
some of
turned
it's
around.
really really
yeah.
good, but some of it's just like, oh god damn it.
we for St. Patty's Day we usually do a corned beef in the crock pot.
TL does a really good corned beef.
Yeah.
Even though she's a vegetarian, she still fucking kills it.
It's a good woman.
I don't mess with the corned beef. I'm just
Oh,
doing
I
like an
love it.
Irish stew or don't know.
Jenny made a stew this week. It was like a beef stew with potatoes and vegetables and beef broth, and then she poured a can of this Southern Tier Irish cream stout into it.
Oh,
It was really tasty. It was very hearty.
I
Sounds
love
like
a good
it.
hearty
Yeah.
stew.
It was good.
But yeah, that's all I got on
So
Ireland.
Happy St. Patty's Day, everybody.
Happy
Celebrate
St.
safely.
Patrick's Day. Yeah.
Aaron, go brawl,
If
bitches.
you're going out partying, everybody
it
got
safe.
this app on their phone now called Uber, so don't be a
No
dumb fuck,
excuses.
all right?
Yeah, dude.
No
I mean, come on. We're all
excuses.
old now. We don't need to do
Yeah.
that shit.
How about this? Just stay home.
Yeah.
Actually,
Have
yeah.
2 beers
it's
and go to
cheaper.
bed.
Your bar is probably better there.
Right. I'm going to go to the parade, but I'm not going to get like hammer drunk like we used
Who
to.
you
in our
going down
20s.
with?
Bill.
Nice.
But he's
What time you leaving?
like early. Because he actually is working down there, so he's going to probably leave early on.
Oh, it's the one of the trade shows.
One of the
down
trade
show or
shows is
Home
down at the
and
convention
Garden.
center, I think.
Yeah, it's one of the big ones, isn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
Right.
okay.
So,
I worked at it
That's
last
cool.
year and walked through and saw Billy. That was pretty cool.
yeah. Yeah, he loves it.
All right. So do you want to move on? What's next? Steelers talk.
Just real quick, I really want to vent about
Listen,
a quarterback
I've been-
situation.
Can I ask a question, though, just over the top? Do you guys, like a lot of people in Pittsburgh, solely are essentially blaming Tomlin for everything under the sun? Do you guys feel the same?
No, absolutely not.
Explain that a little bit.
I don't like Tomlin. I'm going to be honest with you.
Okay.
I think he's made a lot of mistakes over the years.
I'm on Chuck's
I don't think
side of
that
this.
I don't think the Steelers have
personally.
drafted very well.
I
Not
think-
that that's his fault, actually.
I think there's been some tremendous missteps in building any kind of depth whatsoever, but
It's
I don't
tough,
know that
though.
you can really throw. There's a whole mess of folks that are involved.
It's tough because
I-
we're always so spoiled.
I think Tomlin is a fantastic coach.
Players seem to love him.
Players love him. I think like you said, there have been a lot of draft issues over the years. We never had a quarterback plan to replace Ben.
And it's still
The-
hurting us.
The offensive line has gone downhill for years and years and years.
And we tried to address it last year in the fucking draft, and they
Yep.
all got injured.
Yeah. Our first round draft pick hasn't seen a game yet.
Right? Oh, yeah. Did he get injured preseason?
He got
Yeah.
injured preseason. He didn't even see one single snap.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, of course you can put some blame on the coach, but like at the end of the day, it's the talent that wins the games. Yes, you got to build a game plan for them, but it. Of course, the head coach is always going to take the brunt. Is that
Yeah,
the right
no, the
word?
brunt.
The
Brunt.
brunt of the responsibility and accountability.
Sure.
But
As he should.
as somebody as who's a leader in my workplace, I would do the same for my guys.
Yeah.
But that if I would do the same for my guys, that doesn't mean that they're not actually the ones who are fucking up.
For sure.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
But I'm not going to throw them under the bus.
Yeah. It's
Whether
the
that's an
linemen, it's this-
offensive coordinator, a receivers coach, cornerback coach, whatever it may be, offensive line coach. The quarterback situation is dire.
It's no. So I'm. You guys-
I love that we just picked up DK Metcalf.
I love that we just picked
That
up Metcalf.
like really plugged a hole that we've been missing for quite some
Except
time.
for obviously that's not something that I would ever want to take back because he's an incredible receiver,
He's
right?
amazing. He's easily top 5 receiver.
yes.
So now the issue is, okay,
Can we get a ball out to him?
all signs are pointing toward Aaron Rodgers. So we'll just talk about Aaron Rodgers for
I'm
now,
fine
okay?
with that.
Let's go back. It's between Russ and Aaron Rodgers. I'm hoping that they're just using Aaron Rodgers as leverage. I really want them to sign Russell Wilson. I think he would just be better off. I think Aaron
I
Rodgers
agree with that because he has
is so toxic in the fucking locker room.
Yeah. And no, that's a good point. Personality wise in the locker room.
Awful.
Russell Wilson, he's a good leader.
Yes.
Seemed like he
Like
meshed
he's
up pretty
full
easily.
of positivity.
Yes.
Like he's always just trying to amp guys up.
And then when the Steelers lose a game with Aaron Rodgers quarterback, he's going to start fucking blaming George Pickens or somebody else. and him and George Pickens are going to have a fucking issue the whole season.
Oh my god,
it's going to be a fucking nightmare.
It pretty much is already mapped out before it could even happen.
You could write the fucking narrative.
So
it's unfortunate because the dude's fucking talented, and I would love to have him here. But bringing a dude like that here, unfortunately, probably won't be the best thing. Unfortunately,
literally, if I go to a Steelers game and they call his name, I'm going to fucking boo him. I hate Aaron Rodgers.
I don't hate Aaron Rodgers.
I don't either.
I understand he can be problematic, and he's
a fucking asshole.
He's turned into quite a weird.
He's a heel, dude.
Conspiracy
Sorry.
kind of guy. But that's neither here nor there. My problem with getting Aaron Rodgers is that dude is 41 years old.
We're
And
not
he's
helping
beat up.
ourselves at all.
He has 1, maybe 2 years left to play.
Tops.
How many more
Tops.
does Wilson have, though?
Similar, maybe a couple more.
We're not helping ourselves.
No, Russ is a little younger. I would say Russ could get a good 4 or 5 years if he wanted to.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So that's the thing, though. If you draft Aaron Rodgers, what do you do in the next year or two? You still don't have a young quarterback unless you're drafting first round with an early pick, the next top quarterback in the league, which obviously could always be a bust. You still don't have a quarterback plan.
They signed.
You sign Aaron Rodgers. That's you're looking at one season
Right.
to do good.
Did they?
That's okay. We're trying to build a win now team.
Yeah, that's exactly what
But
it
both of those cases are win now teams.
In a year or two, you still don't have a quarterback. So you're doing the same thing over again.
Yeah.
And now you're looking at, okay, George Pickens' contract's going to be up. Where's he going to go? He might leave somewhere else that's giving him money with a better quarterback. Same with DK Metcalf.
But that's the same thing either direction. Those are two senior as fuck quarterbacks. They're not. It's still not helping us for the future at all.
No, well,
And did we end up re-signing Mason Rudolph?
Yeah, we got Mason Rudolph.
Okay.
Mason's a great backup.
Yes,
He's
that was I was wondering about if we had any kind of depth at all, even if we get one
have-
of these geriatric
Well,
fucks
we have
in.
Mason Rudolph and we have Skylar Thompson, who was a backup for the Dolphins. Both of them are about the same level. They're great number twos, but neither of them's a number one
They
guy.
can come in and make it happen, but they're not going to fucking start.
I fucking love sports talk.
Oh, I do too. I just love Steelers talk. I could talk Steelers all day.
I've been like firing this stuff into Jenny's ear all week, and she's like, "What are you talking
She's
about?"
like, shut the fuck up.
But no, honestly, I like Russell Wilson. No, he didn't end his season well, but I don't think he's a bad quarterback by any stretch of the word. But Russell Wilson, to your argument, Rob, it does give you at least a couple more years to draft somebody and have them learn under him.
Not
I
to be
agree.
the naysayer, but he's also old as piss, so like he can get injured very fucking easily and be out, and then we're fucked.
Yeah, but I mean,
that's obviously that can happen to any of them, but
Yeah,
it's,
you could
it's
say that
more,
about either
but it's
one
more
of them.
likely to happen to a senior
how
older.
old is Russell Wilson? I don't think he's probably 30.
He's definitely toward the very last end of his years. Jimmy, you got your shit.
I'm gonna say like 35.
I was thinking like 37.
35, 37. He's 36.
Do we
about
both
that?
win?
High fives. We nailed it.
All right, so you okay? So
So he
realistically,
can play for
you're
5
looking at
years.
4
You
or
really
5
think
years.
5?
4 to 5.
Yeah, but if he doesn't have
Brady
a fucking,
played
if he
until he
doesn't have
was
a
like
good line,
fucking 50, dude.
if he doesn't have a good line blocking for him over this next season, he's gonna definitely make those short fucking years.
Yeah, I mean, I still think
I'm
that gives
butthurt
you
and jaded about this whole.
I just think
situation. It's
Russell
been bad
Wilson-
for fucking decades now.
Russell Wilson gives you more runway. He just does. We could have him for a couple years,
I
maybe
agree
draft
with
somebody
that.
to.
He's going to give you more salary cap room too.
That's
It's going to
true.
give you more
That's a good
salary
point.
cap room, and that's why I go back to my first statement. I just hope that they're using Aaron Rodgers as trade bait, or not trade bait, but as leverage in contract negotiations with Wilson. They can go back to
So
say,
what's the leverage?
hey,
Explain that.
the leverage is okay. They could just kind of feign interest in Rodgers to get Wilson to accept a smaller contract.
Or even show more like direct interest in him and like basically posture going like, well, we're gonna go this.
I mean,
route.
that's one of the I took a negotiating class in law school, and that's one of the things is they say, develop options and slow down the timeline.
Yeah.
And that's one
so
of the things.
who else is still looking for a QB? Is it just the Giants?
There are very few teams at this point.
Like everybody else is pretty much settled.
Yeah. So that's why.
Pickett to Cleveland.
Yeah.
He's gonna get booed so loud in a Browns uniform.
Is he starting for them?
He's their starter.
Kenny Pickett is their starter.
I'm pretty sure they picked him up as the starter.
They are such a joke. They are such a joke. I wish I could feel bad for him, but I just don't.
You can't.
You just can't do
And
it.
it's such an ugly stadium.
Such an ugly stadium.
ugly
Such
stadium.
an ugly everything. Fuck them.
Ugly team colors.
Fucking shit brown.
What the fuck is the team? Like the mascot? Is it like
a fucking turd.
Yeah, it's like like Mr. Hanky or some shit.
Brownie the elf. It doesn't make any sense.
And then like their
And
fans dressed like bulldogs or
well,
some shit.
sometimes it's a dog.
Oh, so sometimes it's a dog.
Yeah.
Okay.
And sometimes it's just brown.
It's fucking stupid. The whole goddamn thing is stupid.
I mean, how do you land on that? I mean, let's be honest here.
So I don't know. We got the draft coming up next month. I think it's April 24th through the 26th or something like that.
Yeah. What do you think about the draft being in Pittsburgh next year? Is that something you would like to attend, or is that going to be just a shit show sea of people?
I would think a shit show sea of people.
In Detroit
Yeah.
last year, they had like 750 million people show up.
Holy,
That
at
doesn't
least-
make sense.
No, it was like
750 million.
that's not a possibility.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
That
can't
does not make
happen.
it. That is over twice the population of the United States, buddy.
So a lot of people flew in then, huh?
Like I knew that number was bullshit as soon as you said it.
They really turned that motherfucker into a destination, didn't they?
There is
Fuck.
no way.
Listen, I misspoke. I meant 750,000.
You sure did.
How are we doing so bad as a country if we have travel numbers like that?
It's like 3/4 of
Let's-
India fucking came.
Okay, jeez Louise.
We just invited all of Delhi over personally. Like we said, fuck it, come on over.
Oh, that was good.
This is what's wrong with the country. We don't get good math scores.
We're like 48th in that shit, dude.
So did you mean 750,000?
I think he did, yeah.
That sounds like a lot of people.
Charlie's gonna have an asthma attack.
But
It
yeah,
was at least 500,000 people showed up to Detroit for the draft last year.
750 million.
so where are they? Is it like at the convention center or where the fuck?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Where's it gonna be?
I don't know.
I think I'm gonna sit that one out. What I am doing this year is I think I'm gonna go to the U.S. Open for a day or two.
I'd like to go.
I think it'd be cool.
Yeah, I've been. I went in what was that, 2006 or some shit
Yeah.
like that. I went for I think 2 days.
Yeah. I worked it as a security guard, and I got free passes.
There are so many
Lucas
money.
Heekins tried to fight me.
I remember that.
That makes sense.
He called me a hippie. Can you even believe it?
you a hippie?
Yeah,
I
can-
like,
I could totally
It's a
believe
crowded. It's a crowded place because it's the U.S. Open,
Right.
and I brushed his shoulder as we walked by each other. Just as happens.
that. Right,
in
it's
crowds.
crowded. Yeah.
And he literally turned around and tried to fight me.
That's unfortunate.
I was like, "What?"
What are you doing, dude? What are you doing? All right, let's move on.
Please.
Moving on.
There's a couple random hypotheticals. I'm probably going to skip a couple of these just for time concerns.
Yeah, we have time concerns.
We do. We're coming up on this, and I do want to get to a couple things at the end of this. So I'm just going to ask 3 or 4 of these. If you could get away with a crime, what crime would you commit and why?
I'm getting away with it, like scot-free, no problems.
Yeah, no problem.
I would probably have to rob a bank.
Bank robbery.
I was gonna say grand larceny.
Grand larceny. I think we were all kind of in.
Either that, or I would just.
I'm not a violent person. I don't really want anybody
Yeah,
dead.
like,
or-
I
No. Yeah.
I don't want to kill somebody because even if I don't get busted for it, that's I still killed somebody.
Yeah,
You know?
morally, I would
If
have an issue with that.
If I steal all Elon Musk's money,
Wouldn't give a fuck.
there's no guilt.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
that might be it. I might even
all the Bitcoin.
I might even lose all the money in the
To the
world.
moon.
I just would move into a billionaire's house and then push them out and just take all their bank accounts.
Yeah.
Dude,
Is that a thing?
Good, yeah.
Yeah.
Just kind of rolling there.
Life swap, not
Yeah,
wife
just
swap,
walk
life
in and
swap.
go like, "This is your shit, huh? This is some nice shit. This is my shit now."
This
My
my
shit
shit,
now.
bitch.
yeah, this is my
Right.
shit now. You're gonna need to leave. My security's gonna come get you here in a second, though.
That's pretty interesting.
But more than likely, rob like the biggest bank wherever has the most money. Maybe Fort Knox. I'll just rob and take all the fucking gold that supposedly is still in there.
There's no gold there anymore.
Oh, shut the
course.
fuck up.
I said supposedly, and I stand
Gonna
by
make
it.
my head explode.
They
here.
won't even fucking show
I
it.
love to make Jimmy
Pull
get
that
worked
gold
up.
out if it's still there. Pull that gold out if it's still there.
Here's another one. You can you can time travel. What one event would you like to go back and witness?
I don't mean this, but I'm going to say it just to be funny. I'm going to go back to Butler not all that long ago and, make sure that kid has a good... No, that's dark.
A little bit more to the right, bud.
Little-
more to the right.
Listen, it's going to... Listen, the windage. It's all about windage. It's a flat area. Butler's got a good cross breeze.
No.
Don't. Listen, dude, don't jump the trigger.
Wait, he's not saying you could change the event. You're
You're just witnessing. You're just witnessing.
Oh, no, I'm out on that one then. That's not that fun anymore. Shit.
It's a tough one, huh?
Because when my brain goes to, find something funny automatically, but, got nothing there either. Can I just, jump in and, mess something up real quick and jump back out? Like butterfly effect style?
I wish I could go back and see.
No, this is more like Christmas Carol. You're just you're a bystander.
Okay.
I wish I could go back and witness Led Zeppelin play in, the late 70s.
Ooh.
That's mine.
In that, what's the
And, they're a band in their prime. You know what I mean?
what's the big theater over there that everybody loves to play?
Wembley.
Yeah.
Wembley Stadium.
No, not the stadium. Like a theater.
I honestly can't think of any off the top of my head.
They have the Apollo.
I don't know.
There's a couple.
I can't think of an event. I don't know how to answer this.
Okay.
Yeah, because I automatically want to go to something, but my stupid little
My second answer was
goofball
gonna,
brain can't do anything other than want to run in
my second answer was going to be the Big Bang, but I don't even know how that would be possible.
yeah. How far back do you got to sit from that bitch?
It's a little spacey here.
You're still catching some of it now.
I get okay. My initial thought is the assassination of John F. Kennedy Jr.
Oh, just to see,
That's
a good one.
I want to be
can
on
I-
top of a building.
Can
though,
I
for that
see
shit.
it from different perspectives?
Wherever.
You know,
Yeah, wherever.
see what actually happened. I think it was the Secret Service guy.
Of course.
Interesting. Okay.
Accidentally, it was accidental.
Okay. I don't have enough.
Talk about this after the podcast. I'm
Okay.
curious where your brain's going on that. Because I feel different about that one.
He accidentally pulled the trigger. He stumbled in the vehicle.
That's okay.
Would you guys visit Jurassic Park if it was real?
Yes.
I think so, but I would be terrified.
I would be horrified, but
I
I would
know,
definitely do it.
I was thinking the same thing. It would be terrifying. Knowing what we know, we've seen.
We
multiple-
saw how this plays out. Yeah.
multiple films. We know how
Yes.
this goes. So, I don't want to be the Samuel L. Jackson in this story.
And I definitely don't want to be that Australian dude that goes clever girl. And
Yeah.
then, dies real
Don't
quick.
wanna be that guy.
And
Yeah.
you don't want to be
the lawyer who gets fucking eaten by the T-Rex.
on the shitter, dude.
you don't want to be Newman.
No,
From
absolutely.
Seinfeld.
He gets
Newman.
spit in the face by those little creepy thingies.
Yeah.
Fuck him. He was a little dickhead.
Yeah,
anyway.
he was trying to fuck shit up.
Newman.
So
Hello, Newman.
Here's-
Jerry.
here's one. You've gone missing, and your family and friends discover that you've joined a cult. What type of cult have you joined?
I haven't joined any. I watched so many of those cult documentaries.
They're amazing.
I would never fall for any of that
I
shit.
know. I wouldn't either. But if you had to, which kind of one would you fall into?
They're all so weird.
I know.
And they almost all start
But it
out
doesn't
too.
have to be one that's already, in existence. It could be like whatever cult you're into.
Oh,
Like the cult of Coheed or something like that.
the Coheed cult. I'm sure there would be some fun name for that.
I'm sure mine would be music based. But we all know how cults end up. It's like, okay, I'm the cult leader.
I'm gonna fuck your wife.
I just have to fuck everybody's wives.
Yeah.
You can't fuck anybody though.
Yeah.
And
every
here's some,
time.
And here's
Every
some
fucking
unattractive
time.
Nikes.
Yes.
Here's a drink for your ass.
Oh, by the way, we can have more than one wife now.
And by we, I mean I.
I mean me. I'll take on this burden for all of us.
Here's a whole bunch of guns and stuff. No, this is totally safe. I'm telling you, it's fine.
If you guys had to suffer through a massive natural disaster, but you could choose which disaster to face, which one do you choose?
God.
I know which ones I write off.
I'm not. I don't want anything to do with flooding because I don't want
Yes.
to drown.
That's what I was thinking. I don't want any part of like.
I don't want fire.
No.
Because even if you like asphyxiate first, that's fucking lame.
What about? I would go.
And like pass out or whatever.
I'm leaning towards like earthquake.
Earthquake in the field. That was my answer.
Because we.
I'm thinking.
I survive, right?
Yeah, I mean, maybe.
I call tornado
What's
and
it
a
say? I
tornado
survive.
and a storm cellar.
It does not say that you survive. It just says which one would you choose.
Oh, I thought it did say survive.
You suffer through.
Through.
A massive.
Okay.
Through,
Okay.
dog,
That
through.
means I survive,
Okay.
right?
Yeah. All right. We'll say that you
Come
survive.
Through it. I survive. I don't know, man. It's making.
Yeah, earthquake in a field's not bad as long as like the tectonic plates don't like fucking
Yeah, you don't
split
want.
and shit.
You don't want like earthquake in.
Yeah. You don't want to be on the fault line.
No, obviously not.
Well, and you don't want it in like a metropolitan area
right.
where there's high rises falling
Sure.
to the ground.
That's why if I'm going to be in the earthquake, I want to be laying on a field somewhere without any tall buildings anywhere near me.
Or like a tornado in a storm shelter.
Something like that. I think those are two of the easier ones that you could survive.
Or like even tornado just in your house wouldn't be so bad as long as it wasn't fucking terrible.
Yeah, right. Here's one. Would you go 3 months without shaving, brushing your teeth, or using deodorant for $55,000?
I could definitely go without the shaving.
I know that.
Yeah, I could.
I figured when I was typing this, I was like, okay, shaving, check. But no deodorant and no brushing your teeth.
I could
So-
definitely no deodorant before I could no
Yikes.
teeth. There's no teeth. I
Yeah.
have to brush my
Both
teeth.
of those
That's
are
not
like-
happening.
So
Pretty big things.
I had Jenny read your agenda before I came, and she wanted me to make this joke on her behalf.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Why?
Oh shit. Oh shit.
I'm sorry, my love. I'm fucking it up. Wait, let me read the question. Brush your teeth, yeah, you're gonna pay me for what I already do?
Awesome.
Thank you, Mrs. Lynch.
Well, fuck. I just have a sinking suspicion.
That was
Jenny
a
might have.
poor delivery by me.
Yeah, I was just gonna
say-
apologize.
I think Jenny
She was
definitely
much funnier. I
nailed that
swear.
one.
You definitely let her down.
Yeah, that was rough.
Good thing she doesn't listen.
How would the world be different if everyone were incapable of lying?
Oh, a lot of feelings would get hurt often.
Jenny answered,
But would they? Would we not just all get used to it?
Jenny
That's true.
answered this one also. She said, it would be very quiet.
Oh, that's true.
Okay, I did better on that delivery.
That was a good one, and you even gave it a little suspense to the way you said it.
But there are a lot of cultures that are out there that
Quiet place
that-
action.
Like Germans are very fucking blunt.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? They don't fucking mince their words. They'll tell you how it is. So I think you'd see a lot of that. Obviously, there'd be a hell of a lot less fraud.
Yeah.
right?
Politicians would probably cease to exist.
Makes you wonder what would the political world look like if nobody could lie anymore. Imagine without Donald Trump couldn't lie.
Well, yeah,
Could
but
you
you know what?
imagine?
He wouldn't be in politics.
Half these people don't even know that they're lying. They believe every word they
They've
say
lied
is
so
the
much at that
scary
point they
part, you know
believe
what I
it.
mean?
Yeah, I guess it does.
So is it a lie if you believe it?
True?
We're
I guess there would have to be intent
getting
there.
philosophical.
We
It
are
reminds
getting
me of
a
that
little
Metallica
philosophical.
lyric. You lie so much you believe yourself. That's all those dudes.
I think we already kind of answered this one, but I'm gonna throw it out there anyway. What would you do if you were suddenly given world-class hacking knowledge and ability?
Oh my god.
We
I would
Take all the money.
Yeah, I'd take all the money and I'd make things extraordinarily difficult for politicians.
Taking out Elon.
Taking out Elon. Yeah,
Hacking skills, all the politicians are officially the poorest.
just
people going.
fucking destroying all of Tesla's software. That'd be great. Just
Dude.
wrecking shit.
Yeah.
Oh, it could be like what was that Netflix movie with Julia Roberts? It just came out like last year. I forget what it's called.
Didn't catch it.
I don't like Julia Roberts, I'll be honest.
I love her.
I don't think she's
But there's
overrated.
like like a global event where like all the computer systems get like taken over and like all the Teslas are going down the highway and
shit.
they're all just like crashing into each other.
I think I saw it either.
Yeah, it's Julia Roberts. I think Kevin Bacon
I think I saw
is the husband.
clips of this or something.
Yeah, it was a decent movie. It was kind of weird, but it wasn't bad. I don't remember what it was called.
That's okay.
Sorry.
We all have IMDb, dude. It's all good.
Yeah, okay.
So what would you guys do with that world-class hacking ability?
I would completely take all of the money from negative politicians, right, left, in between. It didn't matter. Everybody, fuck you, my money.
It'd be fun.
Yeah.
Just to see them so poor. To see Rick Scott. Rick Scott is the senator from Florida.
Oh, and then like the
probably the
Sacklers
biggest
and all
piece
those
of
fucking
shit.
people. I'd go down the line. I'd just
Yeah.
keep taking money from more and more people that take
Oh,
life
it'd be
from
so
people.
good. Because you know that they would fall apart. You know what I mean?
It'd be beautiful to watch, though, wouldn't it?
Oh, it'd be so good. So I'm going to change gears here. We're going to be done with our hypotheticals here. I want to talk about the new Coheed album that just came out today. And I actually listened to the whole thing, front to fucking back.
Chuck style.
Chuck style, no skipping. So I'm fucking
Like,
ready to
how
talk.
could you listen to an album any other way? It's like a new album.
Listening to it first time, you don't skip.
First time,
Yeah,
yes.
that's what I'm saying. Like
First
you've
time,
never heard
yes.
it, so how
That
could you
fucks it
skip?
all up.
And I'm
You
generally
can't-
the same way with all the music. I might just go through it a little bit faster if I know that there's like
If
a
I
song.
have a short ride or something like
Yeah.
that, I'll skip around. But sometimes I just let it play.
I mean, I know
You got to get to where you want to get to sometimes.
I understand, and I potentially have some OCD issues when it comes to that.
Potentially.
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 I'm not admitting it, but it is a potential. Yeah, but as you all know, as we've talked about before, I don't pick songs. I don't make playlists. I listen to albums.
It's okay. You do you, bud.
And I don't always finish the album. If I'm on like a half-hour car ride, I'm not necessarily playing the same album when I get back in. I might start another one, but I'm starting it at the beginning. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm assuming you listened to the whole album?
Yeah, I listened to it about 2.5 times.
Wow.
But I didn't quite get to put the amount of focus I wanted to on it.
Yeah,
But
same.
I was able to kind of get the gist of it, and of course it's incredible.
Yeah, it's pretty good. There was like a couple songs that I would consider quote unquote fillers.
I don't think Coheed does fillers.
Well, maybe
Never.
I just want to say that they didn't stick out as much.
Sure, no, that's fair.
But my top 3 by far, Searching for Tomorrow,
That one fucking bangs.
bangs, and it has a fucking really cool music video.
Ooh, I got to watch the video.
Oh yeah, is that the one where they're playing like a basement show and they're like little kid versions of them? Or
No,
like teenager videos.
no, this one is like it's animated.
Oh, okay, that's a different one.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. That's awesome. Yeah. Someone Who Can was my number 2. I think that was like the last track on the album.
Oh, the last one was the one that stood out the most to me so far. It was kind of like I don't want to say poppy, but like pop rocky.
Yes.
Kind of like it was like upbeat.
Some of this album actually reminded me of the Gaslight Anthem for some reason.
Okay.
That's awesome.
It wasn't bad. Yeah, I liked it, but it kind of had certain vibes of that. Of course, with like prog rock and a lot of hard rock too. And some of it was a little bit dark, which is fine.
Yeah. So I'm sorry. Were you done with your?
My last one was Continuum 1 through 4, which there were 4 separate songs, and it's like a story within the album itself. It's weird, but I really liked it.
Well, yeah. Well, they do that a lot with their albums. They end with like a set of 4 or 5 songs that are self-contained.
Yeah,
for
yeah.
lack of a better word. But yeah,
But I dug it. Cool beats, cool guitar, the works.
naturally.
I've only got to listen to what we listened to, like 3 songs from there,
About 3 songs, yeah.
and they all were very exciting. I'm super excited to hear the rest of the album.
So the ones that stuck out to me today, and maybe I'm in some kind of mood.
Yeah, go for it.
Blindside Sunny, which was the first single, which we actually heard live when we saw them last summer.
Cool.
So that was the first single they released last year. And it's only like a 2-minute song, and it's kind of harder and faster, a little shreddier.
I like it.
Chunky riffs. And then the one right after that had a very similar vibe, Play the Poet. And they were both kind of the little,
I like those two.
They were like the little harder side of Coheed.
Yeah.
A little screamy, a little bit of screamy vocals.
I liked it.
Ooh.
Angry fucking Claudio.
Yeah.
I like me a good
Those
angry
two,
Claudio.
those two stuck out to me today. But I mean, just everything, like everything I heard, even Goodbye Sunshine, which I would call it the opening track, even though it's the second track.
Yeah, right.
The other one's like maybe the prologue track.
Yeah, that's a
the
good
opening
way.
song track.
Sure.
Just kind of a catchy tune. But I can't wait to just like dive in more and put some more attention on it.
And we're actually going to go see them on June 1st.
June 1st, my 40th birthday weekend.
So I'm
This
buying
man
Chuck's
is getting
ticket.
old.
Rob, are you going to come with us?
I believe so.
Okay.
It's a Sunday, correct?
Saturday or Sunday?
Sunday in
If-
Youngstown, Ohio.
Sunday, yes.
Yeah.
I'm 99% sure it's a Sunday.
So yeah, I mean, that's basically all I had for Coheed. Did you guys have anything?
No.
Yeah, I mean, we can, after, we'll give it a couple weeks and where we can dig in a little more, and then we can revisit it. If
Yeah.
you want.
I only listened to it like once.
It's
today,
hard
so-
with a new album to like, until you give it,
I know.
until you give it a few listen throughs and then find the songs that stick out. Like with the last album, like I've listened to it so many times now.
I have too. I have my
It's-
favorites.
It's so good. But like the Liars Club, like what a bop. But you might not like.
I love
did
it.
we know that right off the bat? Yeah, I think we did.
Yeah, we did.
But the one like
Our Love though. Our Love is fucking amazing.
See, that blows my mind that that's your fucking song.
It's like my second favorite song on that album.
this man who is just a punk through and through. You're welcome for that
I love it.
compliment. A punk through and through. Yeah, you brought this up a couple months ago, and it just took me off guard that Our Love is just a slow love song
I love it.
ballad.
It is
There's
too.
hardly a fucking drum beat in it.
I know. I don't know.
And you love that song.
I
You're a
do.
bad influence on this dude is all that's
I do.
happening.
I
He's
love
be-
it.
You're nothing but a big softy now.
He just sits at home and listens to Morrissey, dude. Don't let him lie to us.
Oh,
it warms
I sit at home and
my
listen.
heart.
I sit at home and listen to Claudio. That's my problem.
Yeah, but the I guess what I'm saying, like the song that stood out to me on the last album was "A Disappearing Act," which was the heavy synth one that was like,
Oh yeah,
like
yeah.
you could play that in a
Dancing.
dance club and
Yeah.
nobody would know that you're playing niche prog rock band.
Is that the one that's like
You know?
do?
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
I know exactly what you're talking.
And it
That
just-
song's a banger.
It just makes you want to dance.
It is. It is like a song that I'd be if I was in the club.
like,
I'd be like, all right,
That one, like
If Jimmy was in the club,
yeah, dude. Me in the
that in
club.
all of itself is awesome.
what I'm saying is like that song like snuck up on me. I'm
Yeah.
like, this is my fucking jam, you know?
Yeah, that's a good one.
So yeah, that's cool. Is that? I guess that's it. We made it all the way through your agenda,
nice work, James.
including the strange hypotheticals, which was enjoyable to talk about.
Yeah, I just figured it's mix it up a little bit. We did want to give a kind of an extra shout out here. I'm gonna let Rob steal the mic on this one.
Yeah, over the past year, we lost a friend of ours that we grew up with. His name's John Lear, and he's one of the one of the more awesome people I've ever had the luxury of calling my friend. He actually was one of my first friends when I moved up here to Pittsburgh, along with actually these two beautiful dudes that are sitting by me right now. John was like essentially more or less like the Zach Morris of our high school. Like he was like the combination
I would say so.
of Zach Morris and
No, that's perfect.
and
And
AC Slater.
AC Slater. It was like
Yeah,
both of them.
He was all of them. The dude was hilarious, like the sweetest dude. Gave the best hugs in the entire world. Preposterously good athlete. But we lost him a few months ago, and I just wanted to let you guys know if you're ever going through anything or if anything's ever tough, just reach out to somebody. in your life. And if you don't have anybody to reach out to, there's always hotlines and
Hey,
things
if
of
you're
that nature.
listening to this show right now, we love you.
We love you very much, and somebody loves you in this world, and you just know that everything's going to be okay, and we're going to get through it, and we love you. And so this pod goes out to John, and we love you very much, buddy.
Well spoken, Rob. Thank
Yeah,
you.
hell yeah.
Thank you for that sentiment. Yeah, John was a great guy, and he was always a pleasure to be around. And
Right?
what a sad a sad loss we went through.
Well, I think me and Chuck, we all knew him since what? He came to 10th Street when we were like 10. I think it was fourth grade.
He came the
Yeah,
same
he came
year
the same
Rob
year I
came.
came.
Yeah.
Me and him were both new kids.
Oh, you guys were both.
Yeah, that's
new
why we got
kids.
along
Yeah, they
so
both
well.
came in fourth grade.
We were both
That's
new
right.
kids, and we both loved the Chicago Bulls. We were both obsessed. I remember
Fucking
walking.
everybody
Who
liked the
didn't love the
Chicago
Bulls
Bulls.
in
Who didn't love
94, dude.
John lived a
You like the Bulls? I like the Bulls.
best friends ever. John lived like a block behind me, and he was what was that? Washington
He
Avenue
was
and
on
7th Street.
Washington, yeah.
And I was on 6th Street, just right around the block from him. And I'd walk up his house, and we'd hang out and watch. I forget what the hell it was called. Damn it, Be Like Mike or something like that. It was like a documentary on Michael Jordan on VHS when we were
I
little
could
kids.
see that.
Okay.
Yeah, and anyway, it's one of the greatest humans I ever met, and life goes on, and you graduate from high school, and everyone goes to college, and you move on, but you always have those people that you grew up with, and they meant so much to you, and yeah, I love that dude.
Yeah, it's hard to take a loss, especially when we've all made it this far in life.
And it's especially because of our class. I feel like our class was
Yeah.
kind of special to a
We've-
degree.
Yeah, we've done good because, I guess to your point, there's, small white suburb town. There's been a lot of drug issues.
Yeah.
And like the classes ahead of us and behind us they've
Been
already
devastated.
suffered. Yeah,
Yeah.
devastated is the right word. A lot of losses,
And this was the first
And-
loss of our class,
yeah,
truly.
and it was tough for all of us, but it was awesome to see everybody show up.
Wasn't that the oddest part of all of it?
So
You're,
weird.
you're there, you're mourning,
Yeah.
like some person who, like I personally, would never in a million years. Everyone says about everybody that unfortunately
Yeah,
makes
it's
that.
like the kind of guy you look up to.
Oh my God, he was younger than me, I believe, and I looked up to the kid
Yeah,
all,
right.
all through growing up. I mean, he was just he was charismatic and cool and handsome and fucking sick with the sports. So he was
Right.
awesome. But yeah, man, if you're struggling out there, I think it's 988 is the number for the suicide hotline, or call Chuck or Rob or Jimmy. We love you.
We
Yeah.
do.
We do.
We love you, and thank you all so much for listening. We hope. Are you not entertained?
Yeah, I mean, what the hell?
We gave it our all tonight, guys.
Kong ain't got nothing on me.
Yes. And with that, we hope this finds you well. I'm Chuck.
I'm Rob.
And I'm Jimmy.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.